In 1974, German-based English space rock jam rockers Nektar released their fifth studio album, Down to Earth, and from it, the track That's Life. So far we've got like an ascending, descending bass line underneath this like kind of chiming, trebly guitar tone. Yeah, this is pretty structured by this band standards. Yeah, this band likes to kind of like layer on repetition for a while and build on it and just kind of explode over it after time. And then it just sag like in the similar passages. And
it's not the way you do it, it's more the way you try. Life is just confusion, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, no, I don't detect a trace of accent so far.
Take away the killer.
I know this band is kind of like a mixture of like English and German influences. Like, although I tend to classify them more as German because they spent their career in Germany and they were a bit more. They had a bit more common traits with the German, more that jammy, looser.
Take away his reasons.
But like a lot of German bands at the time, they sung in English. Yeah, now this is quite like one of the earworms of the album. And I gotta say, this track has a more serious vibe than the first two tracks on the album, like Astral Man and I think Nelly the Elephant. Yeah, that really it invoked the whole circus theme of the cover. Yeah, and the inner sleeve. Okay, now I think I'm hearing some Leslie guitar in this. I'm definitely hearing some organ. I think some Hammond, kind of a rough sound, and those like layered on harmonies, some female backing vocals. Some of them, like at least one of them, going into a real high pitched octave, and yeah, very, very much. Let's just say this album was 18 years old when I first got a copy, and I knew I was being transported back to a different time and place particularly on this number. I love that open cadence riff that's just going underneath it, that no, 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 no. No, no, no. Yeah, kind of like ascends, descends, and then does kind of more of a twist. Okay, they've set up like a real like rising, swelling hook. Well, hook line to this track that's gonna definitely take over the piece, but let's catch up with the lyrics. It's not the way you do it, it's more the way you try. Life is just confusion, and that's the reason why. Take away the killer, take away his knife, take away his reasons, give him back his life. Huh. That has me thinking that there's going to be a deeper moral to this. Particularly the first two lines of that. Take away the killer, take away his knife. Take away his but then again, he's probably just going to be. I don't know if that's really trying to suggest that you can take away his nature or his evil tendencies. It immediately has me thinking, that line immediately has me thinking of this track off of the Genesis album, We Can't Dance, the track Way of the World, where it's talking about like if you took like a gun away from the hands of a killer and put it into the hands of a frightened man, you're not really going to change their respective dispositions much. Ooh la la! You're not going to change their nature. He's still going to be a frightened type of man who's not very good at defending himself, or who's weak. Who's whom. And on the other hand, the disarmed, like assailant, is going to just find other ways to be violent. Okay, ooh la la life, ooh la la life. Oh, that's what they're saying during that. Ooh la 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 life. I love this really staccato section, yeah, with some. Yeah, with some like bars of 3/4, yeah, really jerky. And some real tight interplay between like the bass, guitar, and the drum really kicking it up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, now we've got some really like trebly bass and tight, staccato bass mixed with like really tight staccato guitar filigree. This passage reminds me somewhat of the band Kron. Yeah. Oh, that bass is like right now, also kind of like Squire-esque. Yeah, yeah. The guy. Okay, the bassist in Kron, Helmet, that guy, and yeah, Chris Squire. I wonder if this is a Rickenbacker bass.
Now he feels his heartbeat. Could he have a chance? All that many people crying in their hands.
Now we're back into open cadence mode, but nonetheless with a really tight rhythmic figure and the sustained like female background harmonies, and yeah, from at this point forward we've established several different patterns throughout the piece, and we're just going to keep on juggling them now, going back and forth between the really tight jerky and the really swelling open cadence epic type moments.
He could see the nightmares. Now he sees the light, giving him no reason. Aggressiveness or fight. Ooh, la, la, life. Ooh, la, la, life.
Yeah, this is a really tight number for them. This album has like the tightest like song structural in pieces, like distinct songs of all their, like the albums before this tended to be sidelong type jam rock, space rock suites, and the one after this is like a song cycle of like these distinct numbers that all just kind of bleed together with Larry Fast synergy on board.
Ooh, la, la, life.
how that organ is just kind of like rising, getting thicker, just playing like these sustained notes that are just like swelling up, and as like the guitar gets also kind of like louder, it seems like, but playing that same kind of like slow, like no, 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 like. It almost sounds like the organ is Leslie or something. I guess I should introduce some of the guys that were playing. Let's see, Roye Albrighton, I guess the driving force behind the band. He guitar, lead vocals. Allan Taff Freeman, keyboards, backing vocals. Derek Moore, bass. And Ron Howden, drums. Yeah, and let's see, one of the backing vocalists credited on the album, P.P. Arnold. Oh, they've got some really goofy credits on that. Yeah, that Robert Calvert is credited as ringmaster. I guess that must be like on like Astral Man at the beginning. So some of the circus themes that tie in here. Chipping Norton Mandy's choir. So those are some of the female voices that we're hearing. That was quite a shriek, but I really wanted to point out that bass. Hear how the bass was kind of like throwing in a bit of slides and. Let's see, I should finish the lyrics before we just let this take over. Now he feels his heartbeat, let him have a chance, more than many people crying in their hands. He can see the nightmares, now he sees the light, giving him no reasons, aggressiveness or fight. And then, let's see, a line in German. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is life. Now there follows a short intermission. Oh, that must be Robert Calvert part of the track, yeah. From Hockman, in case you didn't know. It looks like there's kind of like a moral to the story about a former crooked individual being rehabilitated. maybe it's kind of like what they tried to do in Clockwork Orange. Tried to like rehabilitate the main character. I love the way just how tight it is, like how they're keep transitioning, between that searing, soaring guitar lick right there, and the bass, and how the drum is just kind of like putting all those fills to like emphasize the cadence and all the tightness of it all, and how it keeps on transitioning between that and then the choral sustains.
Ja, Damen und Herren, so ist das Leben. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is life. Now there follows.
Yeah, that's Robert Calvert of Hawkwind.
Short intermission. Your bench, your leg, smoke.
becoming just like a big brimming jam, like just chaotic. Oh, I love these sounds right here. A bit of mellotron taking over, frosty, icy. I wish that had lasted a bit longer. Yeah. Yeah, That's Life by Nektar from their 1974 album Down to Earth. Yeah, kind of a circus extravaganza with the band all decked out kind of in clown outfits. And on the gatefold, it's got a bunch of photos of like circus props and all that. Yeah. Let's hear another track from the album, Show Me the Way. Okay, so far we've got kind of like a barroom rock groove worked up, but it's going to go places. It's not going to be quite as predictable as it sounds thus far. I'm looking at this, the way some of these outfits, some of them are kind of like variations, or more kind of like inflated variations, you could say, of outfits I would have worn back in my 20s. Yeah, like this one guy's wearing striped socks and this polka dot. He's wearing this red top with white polka dots. Yeah, I used to wear stuff like that all the time. Yeah, back in the 90s. Yeah, and a couple of them have got striped shirts on. Now we've got this really circular, kind of angular riff going on, really clean guitar. I love the way it's just how slick it is, like that that really fast like strum that. Yeah, I love that cadence of the guitar playing that. Actually, it's similar to the vocal cadence in the last number. I wonder if that was intentional. I wonder if if that guitar part is supposed to mimic the vocal cadence in the last number that we just listened to. From the opposite side, they're both like side closing numbers. Yeah, don't you almost kind of like want to go over that riff? I also love that major seventh chord that they throw in there. It's like down, D, F, A, major seven, yeah. That was really contorted right there. Good vocals here too. Like I like the way he's emoting, stretching out certain vowels, and yeah. Drummer can go between kind of like these galloping, kind of relatively like straightforward beats, and then like suddenly tighten up and throw in all these fills, and or kind of like double up on the notes of the guitars, on the number of notes that the guitarist is playing, and just kind of like hammer them like note for note, and then how the guitars can like go from these like slick kind of like brisk strums, and then suddenly play these like more complicated, like in the next bar, you know. Let's catch up with the lyrics. Show me the way I can't find. Peace of mind, help me fare. In every way, nothing but to fall. Change what you tried to do. Hey, it's the end. You may try to be old, but I'm told you're too young. Don't despair. I'll really show you now. Things to ponder. Okay, now they're trying to go for a little bit of a pastoral vibe here. I could use maybe a little bit more tonal color, perhaps, in the keyboards for this section. Yeah, I wish that there was maybe that they would bring that mellotron from the end of the last track back and kind of fill up the background of this a bit more.
Please come back if you
And I hear that kind of Leslie, like high tone, yeah. I'm hearing, I guess, two guitars right now, because I'm hearing kind of a clean one in this channel, kind of mid-range, then I'm hearing like these higher tones up here. Almost thinks I was hearing three guitars, actually. I was also hearing maybe some strumming, and then, yeah, perhaps some overdubbing. I like the, I'm hearing a sound, coming up on the like synthesizer. I'm kind of wishing it would take over the sound right here a bit more. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing that the keyboardist was a bit more aggressive in some of these parts, and getting his sound up to the fore more, but I don't know, maybe if that had been the case, who knows, maybe the band wouldn't quite have the cult following that it does now. Yeah, he's an alright belter. back into the driving rush of that just endlessly, cathartic main sequence of the track. Let's see if I can get anything more from these lyrics. Show me the way, not to float here. In my mind, ropes untwine. Please don't be long, nothing but to fall. Change what you try to do. I'm starting to wonder if this is about the circus life somehow. It makes sense, yeah. In my mind, ropes untwine, nothing but to fall. That this could be about a tightrope walker. Hey, it's the end. You may try to be old, but I'm told you're too young. Don't despair. I'll really show you now. Huh. Yeah, I guess I would need to have, yeah, if you have any idea where he's going with these lyrics, yeah, leave a comment. That is such an odd chord to be throwing us into in light of the structure that we had just been in. No, yeah, that. I also love how they they seem to like cut off a note. You're too young. Don't despair. I'll really show you now. I just love that staccato play out. Like all of them kind of like doubling up on this one tight, sequence of notes. Yeah. Yeah. That was Nektar with Show Me the Way, and before it, That's Life, both from the band's 1974 album, Down to Earth. Yeah, showing that they were just as capable of really kind of like breakneck, staccato, jerky passages with lots of counterpoint and tonal clarity between instruments. In addition to like the jam rock psych sounds that they had been known for up to this point. Yeah, and also some, I guess, interesting lyrics, even if I couldn't quite parse where they were going with some of them. I imagine that they kind of just each in their own way play into the circus theme of the album. Yeah, Nektar, a band that is kind of in a class of their own, like English by origin, but based in Germany, and somewhat more akin to parts of the West German scene anyway. Yeah, and very devoted cult following around the world, record a lot of live albums, and are still going into the 21st century. Yeah. For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Nektar, see the directory of albums by German artists linked in the description below. Yeah, I put them in the German directory because I just kind of felt they were a little bit more akin to what was to the music scene of their adopted nation as opposed to their nation of origin. Yeah, like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and leave a comment and share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations that you have about the two tracks we just heard, the interplay, the interlocking counterpoint, the tricky passages and jerky, changes, and as well as some of the more fluid passages, and which passages stood out to you, which instrumentalist, you thought had the best, technical skill and all that, and the lyrics, yeah, if you have observations about the lyrics and could enlighten me on some of the points of them. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear travel trimaximalist, signing off.